You're doing good. Thank you, Bob.
My YouTube live thing says we're.
Yeah. Yes, we've gone live and I've waited my 30 seconds. So I'm ready to call this month's meeting of this special call meeting of the Calvert City Board of Adjustments to order. This is October 29th at 5:38 p.m. So this is a special called meeting, so that we will follow our agenda. First thing off on our agenda is to recess the special call meeting into a public hearing to hear comments from the public and from those representing J&J Wellness from LLC. They are asking for a conditional use to put a restaurant / tea room / cafe into at 914 East 5th Street, which is
That's going to be in the shopping center over
in the
at,
shopping center. Yep. All right.
yeah.
So that being done,
we have Miss Evan, who is a member of J&J Wellness LLC, one of the members, and then the local, I guess, manager in this case, Miss Hoytompt is here also. This is a unique one. This is in a R1 zone, sorry, B1 zone, neighborhood commercial. Restaurant, cafes, tea rooms in this case are required to have a conditional use to occupy and operate. And so that is the reason for their request, is so that they can operate. It's actually, it says, I think it specifies tea room. If it didn't, that's, I think, more along the lines of what they're going with, as well as selling tea. I'm telling their story here. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Tea room, they're selling teas and stuff. So which of you ladies would like to discuss this with the board? Okay, Miss Evan.
throw them both in.
All right, Miss Evan, if you will raise your right hand. State your name.
Jenna Yvonne.
Yvonne, okay. And do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes, I swear to tell the truth.
Okay. Miss Hoytompt, raise your right hand.
Okay.
All right, state your name.
So I just stay right there.
Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes, I swear to tell the truth.
Okay. Bob, if you would mute your audio for just a moment, please, sir. All right. One of you ladies now may address the chair and the board about your project.
Jenna, do you want to go ahead and kind of explain it, or?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
So what we're looking to do is bring a healthy smoothie and tea shop to the community and be a positive, fun, upbeat place for people to come for breakfast or lunch. They can come in, have an herbal tea. It's gonna give people some great energy and mental clarity, help them boost their energy for the day, and then also get a shake, which is actually a full meal replacement. So our shakes, we have lots of flavors to choose from, and they are 24 grams of protein, only 200 calories. They have 21 vitamins and minerals, and they taste like ice cream, so they're fantastic. And so just a place where people can come, they can pop in, grab their shake and tea for breakfast or lunch, or they can hang out for a little while. Great place to meet friends. We are really, really interested in bringing a positive, fun, upbeat place for your town, and to get involved with things like in the community, volunteering, fundraisers, anything that we can do, get involved with the school, just to be that place. You know, kids can come and grab their drinks and have a healthy place to go, healthy, fun place. And it's great for athletes. It's great for all ages. Everything is safe for kids. We actually have kids teas that are caffeine free, that are going to provide them with vitamins and electrolytes. So we have a variety of products for anybody to have. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the gist of it. It's pretty simple. It's just another fun place for people to go and have something healthy. And we also have coffee, but the difference with our coffee is it's actually a protein coffee. So they're going to get not only protein, but it's low in sugar, it's low in calories, but it tastes like a latte. So it's just kind of another option for people to have something healthy to choose from. We're also wellness coaches, so that's kind of the club part of it. Like people can just pop in and out whenever they like, but we're also health and wellness coaches. So we also behind the scenes are working with people one-on-one, and we can actually teach them how to take our products home and use them at home as well to help, you know, if maybe they have a goal of, maybe they want to lose weight, they want to gain some muscle, they want to gain some energy, they just want to feel better. Those are all great options, and we have something for everybody. So that's nice too, because we also can teach people how to do this from home so that they can use the products on a consistent basis instead of maybe just like a couple times a week. So so we do that as well. We'll have like weight loss challenges, some different fun things like that people can get involved with if they're interested. Yeah, so lots of kind of fun things to do here. And then Kelsey's, you know, is working on like meeting up with some of the local gym owners and different things like that, trying to like help them and help show them that this might be a great option for some of their clients as well. And it's just kind of all about working together, about a community of support.
Thanks, Jenna.
Yeah, does that help?
Yes.
So I live in Wisconsin, and I actually have another club here in my hometown called Baldwin. It's called B-Dub Nutrition Hub. The B-Dub stands for Baldwin Woodville because it's the Baldwin Woodville School District. So I shortened it up from BW to B-Dub. And we've been open for over a year. And so far it's been a really, really awesome thing for the community, and people are loving it. So it's been really fun. And it's a great way for someone like Kelsey to be an entrepreneur and open her own business. And it's a really cool thing. So I actually left my corporate job of 10 years to do this. So a little background real quick, sorry to take up too much time, but so I used the products myself first before ever considering opening a club or anything. And I'd actually lost 20 pounds and gained muscle and it just felt amazing. And so I decided to leave my corporate job to open my own nutrition club to bring this to my community here because I loved it so much. So that's kind of how this started.
Okay, I guess, does anyone have any questions for anybody on this project or this request?
I'm good. Jim, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
John, asking any questions?
What specific facility are you going into in the plaza?
It is on the corner right next to the flower shop.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
What kind of hours will you be keeping? Will you be open like 5 days a week, business hours, or what's your schedule?
I'm looking at right now, I'm trying to kind of model off of what Jen is doing at B-Dub, which is 6:30 in the morning till 1:30 in the afternoon. And that is Monday through Friday with pop-up hours on Saturdays. So it kind of gives, you know, the flexibility if I would like to come in on a Saturday and just kind of, like I said, random pop-up hours. And then during the week, the point of being done at 1:30, it allows us to hit everyone for breakfast and lunch, but also gives us that time to close up shop and focus on meeting those people as the wellness coach. That was what we really like to plan our afternoon around, is meeting them at the club, meeting them at the park, and focusing on their wellness profile. So that's tentatively what my hours I'm hoping to have.
Okay, thank you. Sounds good.
Thank you.
what kind of activities other than the tea house? What does the coaching and the club thing look like?
So the coaching part, when someone's interested in the products, most of our people start with what we call a 3-day trial. And so we would, like outside of the hours of the club, like what Kelsey was saying, we would meet, hopefully in person, otherwise virtually like this works too. But we would do what's called a wellness profile. And so basically we would go over what that person's health goals are. we would, because everybody's different. So we talk about their wellness and health goals, and then also what their current routine looks like. What are they currently eating, drinking, things like that. And then we would teach them what we want our 3-day trial of our products to look like at home. And then so we'd send them home with the product so they'd have enough to last for 3 days. It's a great way to just test it at home, just to see how you like it, see how you feel. And then on day 4, you would meet again to go over the results, how you're feeling. And then you could also then take home the full-size canisters. So the 3-day trial, does that make sense?
Yes, but what I meant to ask was, in the facility itself, is this activity taking place inside the restaurant, or what if anything is going on in the facility with regard to the thing that you're calling the club and the coaching part of it? Does that involve facility?
The activities within the center, the building itself.
Right.
So the way that works is, I think, to answer your question, what's happening is it's that smoothie coffee shop vibe where you walk in the door, you come up to the counter and you order your shake and tea and watch that get made. So the activity.
I mean the part that's not the restaurant.
Yeah, that's it. The area that's not the restaurant. What happens inside the building with that which is not restaurant activities.
Yeah. What other activities other than restaurant activities are being conducted there?
It's honestly pretty small in that space, so there's not a lot of activity. I know in in Jenna's prior nutrition club, she's held classes, like workout classes, but this one is a little too small. So I plan to just have a table and chair. If kids want to come and do their homework, connect to Wi-Fi, or just sit and talk, that would be the activity I would say going on inside. It's just a nice place to hang out and visit. Otherwise, I would love to hold some kind of classes, but like I said, it's a little bit too small in there. But that coaching, doing the wellness profile is something we can do, since we usually like to have a couch in there. Like I said, a high top table, chairs, to have that kind of comforting vibe to it.
Okay, so it is all of the activities fall within the general constraints of restaurant, tea room, cafe. It's not an exercise room or a classroom or anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that would change the use of the structure, or be an additional use of the structure, is what he's going, or it's where he's going with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that when you get your conditional use permit, that it's broad enough to cover whatever it is that you're going to be doing on that property.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see what you're saying.
He's not.
Right. Yeah, this group is going to decide whether or not you get a conditional use permit to do X on that property. And what we've identified is coffee shop, restaurant, cafe, that kind of use. Does that encompass everything that, Kelsey, that you intend to do?
Yeah, that's more than enough. Like I said, I plan to just have it as a place where people can hang out. It's we can get to know each other, or whatever. It's just a hangout, but in a healthy way.
Yeah, coffee shop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That'll cover it.
Yep.
That's all.
Okay. Any other questions for Kelsey or Jenna?
I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We will now proceed on to our next, which is a request from Bob Futrell for a additional accessory structure. And because he's on a corner lot, I think it's in his front yard, or one of his front yard.
Well, the reason that he's having to go with a front yard is because when he originally bought, he just had the one lot, and it was in the backyard. The original structure, accessory structure, was in the backyard. He has since purchased, Bob, correct me if I'm misleading here, but he since has purchased the lot behind him, which actually fronts or was designed to front on Cambridge Court, which is one of the cul-de-sac streets behind him. It is now, he's going to use it as one lot and make an addition. He wants to put an addition to the existing structure, accessory structure. But to do so, since it now is going across the lot line and becoming one lot, he's got front yard, and a little bit of side yard, but
Oh, wow.
very little, not enough to do anything with. So Bob's got all front yard now, and the expansion of this one still keeps him within the 50%, less than 50% of the principal structure. And by adding on to the addition, this structure, it is just an enlargement of his second accessory structure and not an additional or third or more. Did that pretty well cover it, Bob?
Yeah, I have a,
Let me back up here. Raise your right hand.
Yeah.
State your name.
Robert Cupero.
All right. You swear to tell the truth?
I try to.
Let me
Yeah.
see that other hand. I want to see if you get your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and tell them what, if I've left anything out, tell them. Reader's Digest version.
Yeah. Real quick is my lot runs through from one road to the next, and I use it as a circle drive. And this is off to the north side of my circle drive, but it is at my property line of the original lot. And we're just adding to, and it does stay below the 50% mark of the original structure. And it's just for storage, a screened-in area, and that's it.
And Bob, I think I understand correctly that the drawing shows that the building that you're wanting to construct is 170 some odd feet from Cambridge Street, right?
Court.
Cambridge Court or Cambridge, see, they're both Cambridge. One is Court.
Cambridge, one's Cambridge
one
Drive,
behind
one's
you.
Cambridge Street or Court.
The one behind the house,
All right, it'll be
170
Cambridge
something.
Court. Yeah,
170 something feet.
correct.
Okay. All right.
Anything else?
Questions?
Makes sense to me. Y'all are all froze up.
Excuse me, sir?
You're back, Darren.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, we just called,
Two front yards.
we got front, no structure in the, off of Cambridge Court.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions for Bob?
Good. You good, Jim?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Right.
If no extra questions, we will consider the public hearing closed and move back into our meeting. First item I think on the agenda then is probably to approve the meetings from our minutes from our August 25th meeting. If y'all had a chance to look at those, if we do, could you get a motion on them?
Motion to accept the minute.
Andy makes the motion. Get a second?
I'll second it.
30 seconds it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, those pass. And that takes us to considering approval and looking at the facts associated with the two conditional uses. We'll take the J&J Wellness one first, please, Mr. Councilman.
Very good. All right. Do you find adequate evidence showing that such use at the proposed location is in fact a conditional use as established under the provisions of Article 7 and appears on the official schedule of uses in Article 11 for the zoning district involved? And as your counsel, it does.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Burns is absent. Mr. Sills,
Yes.
Mr. Traylor,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Oh, is that everybody? Okay. Do you find that the proposed use will be harmonious with and in accordance with the general objectives of any specific objective of the city's comprehensive plan and or zoning ordinance?
Mr.
It is
Sills,
in
Yes.
a B2 zone. I mean, a B1 zone.
B1 zone, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will be designed, constructed, operated, and maintained so as to be harmonious and appropriate in appearance with the existing or intended character of the general vicinity, and that such use will not change the essential character of the same area?
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will not be hazardous or disturbing to existing or future neighboring uses?
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
Yes.
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed
Mr.
use may
Northcutt.
be served adequately by essential public facilities and services such as highways, streets, police and fire protection, drainage structures, refuse disposal, water and sewer, and schools? Or that the persons or agencies responsible for the establishment of the proposal shall be able to provide adequately any such services?
Mr. Sills,
Yes.
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will not create excessive additional requirements at public cost for public facilities and services, will not be detrimental to the economic welfare of the community?
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will not involve uses, activities, processes, materials, equipment, and conditions or operation that will be detrimental to any person's property or the general welfare by reason of excessive production of traffic, noise, smoke, fumes, glare, or odors?
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
Yes.
Mr. Trailer.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use at the proposed location will have vehicular approaches to the property which shall be so designed as to not create an interference with traffic on surrounding public thoroughfares?
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
Yes.
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will not result in the destruction, loss, or damage of a natural, scenic, or historic feature of major importance?
Mr. Sills,
Yes.
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles.
Yes.
All answers in the affirmative.
Having made these findings, you can now entertain a motion to approve or disapprove the application for conditional use permit.
I have a motion concerning the application.
I'll second.
All right, where did we get a motion? I missed that one.
I thought he said.
Oh. I'll make the motion to approve it.
Okay,
Okay.
Gary made the motion, Andy seconded it. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
All right. I believe
I'll
that.
prepare the
Welcome
I'll
to
prepare
our,
the permit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to it, Kelsey.
Appreciate it, guys.
all right. Next one for Mr. Cutrell.
A second, let me get lined up here. All right. All right, council, I'm ready.
First of all, do you guys have any, do you need to discuss anything with regard to this before we begin to make findings? Nope.
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 And nope,
Okay,
Nope.
here we go. All right, do you find adequate evidence showing that such use at the proposed location is in fact a conditional use as established under the provisions of Article 7? It's actually established under the provisions of the zoning ordinance. It is, it's an accessory building. It's a second or third accessory building on the property
Second.
that falls within the 50% rule. It is allowed subject to a conditional use permit.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
yes,
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will be harmonious with and in accordance with the general objectives or with any specific objective of the city's comprehensive plan and or zoning ordinance?
Mr. Sills, Mr. Sills.
yes,
Okay. Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will be designed, constructed, operated, and maintained so as to be harmonious and appropriate in appearance with the existing or intended character of the general vicinity, and that such use will not change the essential character of the same area?
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills.
yes,
Is that a yes? Okay.
yes,
Do you find that the proposed use will not be hazardous or disturbing to existing or future neighboring uses?
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
yes,
and Mr. Trailer.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you find that the proposed use may be served adequately by essential public facilities and services such as highways, streets, police and fire protection, drainage structures, refuse disposal, water and sewer, and schools, or that the persons or agencies responsible for the establishment of the proposal shall be able to provide adequately any such services?
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
yes,
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will not infuse, I
Number
lost my place.
6. Number
Thank you. Would
6.
you find that the proposed use will not create excessive additional requirements of public costs for public facilities and services and will not be detrimental to the economic welfare of the community?
Mr. Sills,
yes,
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will not involve uses, activities, processes, materials, equipment, and conditions or operation that will be detrimental to any person's property or the general welfare by reason of excessive production of traffic, noise, smoke, fumes, glare, or odors?
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills. Mr. Sills.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
got it.
Do you find that the proposed use will have vehicular approaches to the property which shall be so designed as to not create an interference with traffic on surrounding public thoroughfares?
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
yes,
Mr. Trailer.
Yes.
Do you find that the proposed use will not result in the destruction, loss, or damage of a natural, scenic, or historic feature of major importance?
Mr. Lyles,
Yes.
Mr. Sills,
yes,
Mr. Trailer,
Yes.
Mr. Gregory.
Yes.
All answers in the affirmative.
Having made these findings, you can now entertain a motion to approve or disapprove this conditional use permit application.
Make a motion. I'll second.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes.
got a motion and a second? I
Yes.
believe,
I second.
all those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
We're there. I'll get it prepared.
Thank you.
Okay, good deal.
Have a happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Phyllis,
Yep.
thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, Bob, yours is approved. Kelsey, yours is approved as well. Copies of the zoning compliance will be available tomorrow. It'll probably be sometime next week before the actual conditional use permit is completed and signed, but you are approved.
Wonderful. I appreciate it and look forward to meeting you guys all in person one day.
That'd be great.
Kelsey, will you be open?
How
When
soon?
will we be? Is that what I heard? Well,
Yes.
I need to update some plumbing in there. We got to add in the 3 compartment sink and hand wash sink. So as soon as I get that done, I'll be able to open. So tentatively, I would really like to be going by January, since that, is everybody's big commitment to the New Year's resolution, healthy living. So
Yeah, guilty as charged. Okay.
so that's
Sounds
the plan. But once I get the lease signed with Dennis and get the plumbing going, we'll be ready to rock.
Okay, look forward to it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good
Best of
evening.
luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phyllis.
Okay,
All
sorry
right.
for the.
All right. There are no other business that we have at this time, Mr. Sales, Chairman Sales.
All right. We have no other business. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I will make the motion to adjourn.
All right. All those in favor or second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we'll be done. All right. And that
All right,
can
thank you.
draws us to close at 6:10 p.m. Thank you very much.
And have a good evening.
Y'all, love y'all. Good to see you.
Take
Have a
care.
good one, guys.
No.